Welcome to stage 5 of the Critérium de Dauphiné. Under 35 kilometers to go on this hilly stage. 2 small climbs between here and the finish, and the breakaways a few kilometers away from the first of those 2 climbs. In this group we have Lucas Venninger, Emil Meyer, Virgil Lazarescu, and Eloisa Dona. They lead the peloton by around 1 minute 20 seconds, and the gap has been coming down because a few teams have been chasing behind, mostly AlphaTauri and Castelli, those 2 teams looking for a victory for their top sprinters. The yellow jersey of Yannick Verhoeven is safely in this group, has not been challenged at all. His team has barely had to do anything at all, and if things go according to plan, he will take the race lead into the mountain stages. And although Emil Meyer won the time trial stage yesterday, he did not take the race lead, which went over to Verhoeven. Belgium got the better of his arch nemesis Hippolyte Toutain. But of course, those 2 riders now ride for the same team, so we'll have to work together going forward. But Toutain in good position, in 2nd place ahead of all of the other climbers. In the meantime, the race is on this climb of the Col de Barbe Bleue. And some attacks as we head over the top. Virgil Lazarescu has left his breakaway companions behind. He will take the minor points, and now has a sizable advantage over the remaining 3. He took 45 seconds out on that climb, which is a good show of speed, but a long way from the finish, especially when you've been in a break for most of the day. So brave move by Lazarescu, but in the end he should get caught. We'll see what Valnor has in store for today as well. They lost the race lead. Jeroen Leuyken had a good start to this race, but he's still fighting for the points classification. And of course the team has 2 very fast sprinters, so 3 options for a stage like this, and if they're really serious about the points, they should try and get points in the points classification for Jeroen Leuyken. Because at the end of the Dauphiné, that will score more to the overall team standings than a measly stage win. Here's the breakaway killer Florence Haas to help everybody out in the peloton. Because when he gets going like this, well, no breakaway is going to stand a chance. The gap coming down very, very quickly. Lazarescu is caught by the other 3, but in the end they'll all get swept away. And the race will head on to the final Category 2 climb of the day, the Côte de Montrebu. And we'll see if we get any attacks there. Maybe Jeroen Leuyken will have a go. Or Rodolfo Lucci. Whenever the road goes uphill, you can always count on Lucci to try and launch a big attack. But the sprinters have started to amass towards the front. Chirativat and Lagana are up here. Casper Bosmans for Jupiler. I'm sure Heinrich Kromer's near the front as well. So I think this race will be under control unless a surprise attack comes on these slopes. Castelli getting a bit desperate now because they've struck out in every race this season. Have not tasted a victory yet, and that really needs to change. We are going to get an attack. It's Diana Stephenson. She wants the King of the Mountains points, and she will take them ahead of Arnaud Deschet, who leads that competition. These 2 have been in several breakaways throughout the Dauphiné, and still fighting each other for the Mountains points. And look, the pace is turned off behind. I'm not sure what's happened here, but Stephenson and Deschet have opened up a big gap already, and there's under 10Ks to go. It's already over 1 minute, and the peloton may have just given away the stage. This descent to the finish, it's too hard for the peloton to chase them down. Deschet and Stephenson should contest the stage win because the gap is still over 50 seconds, and the question is, which of those 2 is faster in a sprint? On paper, it should be Deschet, but it might just depend on who launches the other. I think Stephenson knows that Deschet's advantage in the sprint because he's trying to leave him in these twists and turns in the final kilometers, but Deschet just stays glued to her wheel. She'll let her lead out the sprint, and this is really a poor position for Stephenson to be in. Well, she gave it her best shot, and she did the right thing, but in the end, Deschet held on, and he's going to win easily in the 2-up sprint. So if Victor Forstall get a 2nd stage win, And here's the bunch sprint for third place. Davide Lagana will win it, and you have to wonder what would have happened if those two escapees didn't leave the rest of the field on that final climb. So another day of frustration for the Castelli team, but another day of celebration for the Futura Forestall team, who've won a second stage in 3 attempts, and I'm sure they'll try again when we head into the mountains. So maybe Futura Forestall has found their identity as a stage hunting team. Might not be the most profitable in terms of scoring points for the team classifications over the whole season, but certainly plenty of excitement to be had there. So let's look at the results for a very peculiar finish to stage 5. It was Arnaud Deschet of Futura Forestall who collects his first victory of the season. Diana Stephenson, the other attacker, in second place in the same time. Most of the peloton finishing in this group 42 seconds behind. Davide Lagana in third place, Supachak Chiratiwat fourth, Casper Bosmans fifth, Johnny Wouters sixth, Ishikawa Kitetsu 7th, and Heinrich Kromer, Mario Metziota, and Robel Nagase. And we should not see any significant change in the general classification. I think Shea and Stephenson a bit far away from the top of the leaderboard. So no change in the top 10. Verhova still leads by 1 second over his teammate Hippolyte Toutin. In the points classification, Jerome Moikin still the leader with his 45 points, Adrien Bernard still second with 41, and Casper Bosmans, the Belgian sprinter, now up to third place. He has 38 points. In the King of the Mountains classification, Arnaud Deschet is still the leader by 1 point over Diana Stephenson, so he gets the stage and keeps the jersey. A great day out for the Canadian. And in the team classification, no change, Kyoto still leads. That is the conclusion of the easier stages of the Dauphiné. We talked about the mountains in just about all of these broadcasts, but they really are here now. So we're looking forward to the high mountains at last. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you next time for Stage 6.